All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GNMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations. Hopefully, they got that pushing His word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Hashem Shai. All right, and what I want to get into this evening, is going into the blessing. Okay, just really, emphasize on the blessing, that was given, all right, to Abraham, Isaac, and upon Jacob, all right, and that blessing, will go to rest, okay, all right, upon the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, and we're gonna go into what that blessing entails because, you hear the word blessing, thrown around a lot, you hear, kingdom of heaven thrown around a lot, all right, and one thing that we gotta keep harping on is how Christianity never went into the rulership aspect of the scriptures. It never went into ruling the planet Earth. Okay, Christianity has your mind thinking of a fantasy. Okay, a place, the kingdom of heaven is a place you go in the spiritual realm. Okay, and just be a spirit, floating around all day. But like, nah, the Bible deals with the affairs of the earth. All right, and those blessings that was given to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, are dealing with the affairs of the earth. And we're going to go into these things. Now, I want to start here in Hebrews, the 4th chapter, all right, the 9th verse, and then we're going to go into how it relates to the blessing, that our forefathers received, man. Now, this is Hebrews 4:9. It said, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. There yet remaineth a rest, okay, because as a nation, we haven't entered into our full blessing. We had partial, all right, a prelude, to, the blessing, that was given to Jacob, through, King David and King Solomon, all right, but it was temporal, all right. The rest that we're going to enter into is going to be eternal. Okay, we're going to get into these things, man. Now this is Hebrews 4:9. It says, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. For he that is entered into his rest, he also have ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from his. Yeah, so he, all right, reading again, say, let us labor, therefore, to enter into their rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. Yeah, so we haven't entered into our rest, because we still have work to do. We still have to physically work in this another man's kingdom, and then we still have to do the works of teaching the Bible. Okay, that's why scripture say labor, which is talking about these spiritual works. All right, the things pertaining to the edification of the body, labor to enter into that rest. Okay, when we don't have to put any more work in, we're just going to reap. Okay, all we're going to have to do is judge and rule and maintain a righteous empire, man. Okay, and that's going to be our rest, man. No more having to deal with time and being late, all right, and being limited with how we can move, limited in the time we have. Like now, we're gonna be a complete rest. No more money woes. No more worrying about how we gonna get this done and that done. Like nah, everything is gonna be, to our disposal. Okay, everything is gonna be to our disposal, within the kingdom, and we're gonna be able to be in complete rest. Okay, and it's going back to the blessing. All right, so when we go here, all right, just to show who that blessing covers, all right, we're going to start with what was given to Jacob, because I start with Isaac as we always do, but as we go, one thing about the Bible, when you go into Genesis, there's a lot of things that's not as descriptive, as other parts of the Bible. But as you go further and further into the Bible, the promises, the blessing that's coming to Israel, it gets more descriptive. You know, that's why it goes from Genesis, where it just tell Abraham that kings are going to come out of him, all right? But then you get into the book of Judah, you know, it talks about the kingdom being built in sapphires and streets of gold. Okay, it gets more descriptive, you know, but it's speaking of the same blessing that was given, okay, to Abraham, all right, passed down to Isaac to Jacob and the 12 tribes, the 12 patriarchs. Now this is Genesis 17 and 5. It said, neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee, and I will make thee exceedingly, all right, exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations, all right, of thee, and kings, all right, shall come out of thee. Okay, and that's the blessing that was given to Abraham. How he was going to make Abraham into a nation, and not only that, but kings was going to come out of him. As we went over before, that was him starting the dynasty. Now let's match that up with, you know, a precept in Isaiah. You know, let's just jump around. Let's match that up with a precept in Isaiah. What does the Lord say? Because we just read how he will make Abraham into a nation. All right, his seed will become a nation. All right, through what? His seed multiplying. All right, well, in the kingdom, the common Israelite man, when you read Isaiah 60 and 22, it says a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. The Lord will hasten it in this time. So in the kingdom, every Israelite man is going to have that blessing that was given to Abraham to become a nation, which means that you're going to be in abundance. If you're able to bring forth a nation and sustain a nation, okay, that means that you're going to have abundance. We're going to have abundance. All right? And you go into what was given unto Jacob, okay? You go into Genesis, you know, as a blessing gets passed down to Isaac, then it gets passed down to Jacob. Okay, like I said, it gets more descriptive. Okay, so you go to the book of Genesis 27, the book of Genesis chapter 27. All right, verse 28. All right, well, I started on 26 and said, his father Isaac said unto him, come near me and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. All right, this is Jacob when he supplanted, okay, the blessing, all right, from Esau, which it was set up to be, all right, the blessing of Jacob from the beginning. Okay, is what the scripture say, Israel, my firstborn. So it was always Israel's right to get the blessing of the firstborn, you know, but it played out, all right, in a dramatic way, you know, just for controversy's sake in the Lord's movie, man. Okay, to create that rivalry, all right, between Jacob and Esau. Okay, and it says, and he brought it near to him and did eat. No, it's like verse 27 says, he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. So he's giving Jacob the earth, okay, because the dew, all right, drops down on everything, man. The dew of heaven, which in this the context of heaven, is speaking of the atmosphere, and the atmosphere moistures the whole earth. Okay, that's possession of the whole entire earth, everything under the atmosphere, man. Okay, the dew of heaven and plenty of corn and wine, which is what? Resources. And that's how one man is going to become a little one going to become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. All right, because we're going to have the abundance and the plenteous of resources, man. Okay, as you go here. Okay, when you get let's get this in the book of Ezekiel. You know, this is the Lord prophesying, you know, to their land. All right, these are the blessings, you know, that we're coming into. When you get this in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. All right, Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 8, and I read into it. All right, it says, "But ye, O mountains of Israel," and this is the Lord prophesying to his land. Okay, this is the Lord has Ezekiel prophesying to the actual land of Israel. It said, "But ye, O mountains of Israel, you shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come." You see, so now we're getting to the point where we're finna enter into our blessing. Okay, now we finna enter into the blessing, man. Okay, now we are at hand to come because we're not in that land. There yet remaineth the rest. Okay, so until we deliver from all these various captivities where we've been scattered, okay, and put back in that land as rulers, okay, we're not in our rest. So we're not in our blessing right now. We're still in our captivity under curses, man. Okay, but after the curses is the blessings. Okay. So he's telling that land, my people are yet, all right, are yet at hand to come. And see, that land of Israel is going to be cleansed with fire, man. Okay, because the Lord's going to allow that place to get scorched. All right, but it's not going to be desolated like America's going to be melted to a desert. But Israel is going to be scorched, all right, and laid flat, man, pretty much renovated and purified from that filth of the heathen, all right, through fire, man. He's going to melt the infrastructure over there and the people over there as well, man. But it's going to be built up again, okay? And that's part of our blessing. We're going to get that as well. But when you go back, just dealing with the land, because Jacob was blessed with what, the corn and wine, which goes back to resources. And this is what the Lord's going to do, okay? That's why I said back in Ezekiel 36 and 8, he said, "But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they, all right, are at hand to come. For behold, I am for you, and will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown, and I will multiply men upon you." Okay, going back to what we told Abraham, he was going to multiply him. Okay, he told Jacob he was going to multiply him. All right. So we seeing in this prophecy that now the Lord is saying what? He's going to multiply, okay, his people in that land. All right. And it says, and I will multiply men upon you in all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the city shall be inhabited, and the way shall be builded. Now, who's going to do the building? Okay. Who's going to do that building? All right. The heathen. So we're going to get there, verse 11, and it says, "And I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit, and I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than all right, than at your beginnings, and ye shall know that I'm the Lord." So the Lord said he's going to do better for us than at our beginnings. And then speaking of when we was in our prime during King David and King Solomon, okay, letting you know that that wasn't the fulfillment of the blessing, because that's why I said there yet remained the rest. Okay, and so it said our waste city's gonna be built, and hey, Israel gonna be inhabited with real Israelites. So you go back to, okay, um, Genesis 27 and 28. He said, "Therefore the Most High give thee the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee." And we go into the word serve, is abad, which is a laborer. They're going to build the waste cities. But this is part of the blessing that Jacob is receiving from Isaac. Okay? Is that we're going to have servants that's going to build for us, man. Okay? And talking about these heathens. You see? And it says, "Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee." Okay? So these nations going into captivity is all a part of the blessing, because that's true blessing when nations are bound to you, man. Okay, that's true blessings. Okay, so all that is within the promises and the blessing that was given to our forefathers, and this is what we're finna enter into, man. You know, that's why it's exciting times to be a believer. You know, you go to Isaiah 60, all right, and let's go to Isaiah 60 and what's that? 14. Isaiah 60 and 14 says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee, all right, the sons also of them that afflicted thee. And who was that? Esau Edom, man. You know, hey, we was watching the Emmett Till. You know, me and my wife were watching the Emmett Till movie today, and you know, those movies, you know, they do draw out emotions. You know, when you see that pure hatred and that affliction that Esau puts on our people, that he was putting on our people, especially in those times, man. Okay, that makes you look at this nigga. Okay, it always reignites that anger. You know, we don't just get, you know, ecstatic and just go out here and you be crazy. But nah, man, when you watching it, you in that moment, and especially knowing we know, man, these are the people that afflicted us, man. Okay, he's gonna come bending, bowing, okay, in full subjection, man. Okay, and that's part of the blessing. It said, let thy mother's son, all right, bow unto thee, man. It's speaking of Esau, man. Okay, that's the main heathen. All right, that's the heathen that it's speaking of, and all these other heathens, they're gonna bow too, man. But it's mainly speaking to this devil, man, our enemy, man. Okay, and with you niggas, you boy, hmm. This is Isaiah 60 and 14 says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Okay? So this going back, linking up with the blessings that was given to Jacob. Okay? But Isaiah, it gets more descriptive. Okay? So as we go from there, because you go to let's get that and do the running, you know, because we are in the curses, but see, there's blessings that was a part of this contract as well. And see, as through Yahweh Shai, you know, now we're able to enter into the blessings of this new covenant. Okay, because the new covenant is the laws within us. That's the difference. We're going to be changed, but as far as the blessings that come with our obedience, okay, hey, they're still the same. Okay, we're going to be changed. You know, that's why we're going to be made to immortals, because the law will be within us, which makes us forever righteous, man. Which makes us conquer death. And Yahweh Shai, he did that. Okay, in the flesh. You know, he did that for us all, man. So we can receive that blessing of immortality, man, which is gonna allow us to receive the benefits eternally, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. So when you go to this in Deuteronomy 28 and 1, it says, and it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations on of the earth, and all the blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. So the blessings is gonna come through obedience. And now the Spirit has us what? Rehearsing the righteous acts until we change and made perfect, and we're going to receive all the blessings from the obedience, man. We're going to be above these nations, man. Okay? We're going to be above only, as it's going to say. And it says, verse 3 says, blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. So no matter where we are in the earth, the city being Jerusalem, okay, our homeland, okay, and the field is the rest of the earth, man. Okay, we're going to be blessed wherever Israelite is at. Okay, it's going to be abundance of blessing. All right, what else surrounding the Israelite? Like right now, the curses surround us, man. That's why you got ghettos everywhere, man. No matter what Jake at, what they look like. Okay, you got ghettos in China and Japan and projects in London and all these different things because the curses follow our people now. Okay, but in the kingdom, blessings are going to follow us, man. Okay, reading on, it says, "Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground." Okay, which is our seed, the fruit of the ground. You know, the agriculture, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of the sheep, resources. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Yeah, our business, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be a functioning business, man. Okay, the way that we're going to distribute wealth in the earth, the way that we're going to constantly gain and multiply wealth in the earth. Okay, we're going to be it's going to be a gigantic, successful family business, man, eternally. Okay, and it says, "Blessed shall be thy basket and store. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, all right, and flee before thee 7 ways." Because in the kingdom, these heathens are not going to come against us, man. Okay, because if you go into that, like during the time of Joshua, those heathens that were trying to stop, Joshua and their obedient generation of Israelites, they was triumphant, all right, because of what? Their obedience to Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, and there was also a glimpse of the perks of being obedient, through Joshua, man. We seen, them just run through those heathen militaries, man. Okay, and then as we take this kingdom, hey, Yahweh Shai, then even us, gonna be raised up. The spiritual power gonna be raised up, man, to where, hey, we're gonna be doing damage in the earth, man. Okay, hey, these heathens are gonna be powerless against the power that the Lord is gonna give His people, man. In these times, transitioning into the kingdom. Okay, I'm gonna jump down 13, and it says, "And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the Lord," okay, "unto the commandments of the Lord Yahweh, thy power which I command thee this day to observe and to do them." Okay, so as we increase in obedience, we increase in blessings, man. you know, the cheat code really is sincere obedience, man. Through faith. Faith with sincere obedience, that brings us into favor and blessings of the Lord, you know? And that promise, all right, we're the children of promise. That's why you go to the book of Sirach 44, okay, and 19. All right, it says, "Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him, which kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was he was found faithful." Okay, going back to when he was showed his faith by, being ready to sacrifice Isaac, man, the commandment of the Lord, and that pretty much provoked the Lord to just shower Abraham with blessings, man. Okay, and it says, who who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh through circumcision, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed. And see, the nations that will come from Abraham is speaking of the 12 tribes, with each tribe is likened unto a nation. That's why on the 12, you go Ezekiel 37, it said, "These two nations shall be one." Talking about the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Each tribe, is like a nation. That's why even today, the tribes are scattered. You go to the 12 tribes sign, each tribe pretty much inhabits a particular part of the earth. Like there's, in these different countries, Brazil, all the different nations of South America, Mexico, the islands, West Indies islands, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Peru, all these different countries, but there's one people, you know, but it's like different nations, okay? And um, it says, who keep the law of the Most High? Now verse 21 says, therefore he assured him by an oath that he will bless the nations in his seed, and that he will multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea. That's the earth, the dual heaven. You see, that's the whole earth. All right, and from the river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise from Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men, and the covenant, and made a rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so we're all descendants from one of those tribes. Okay, to go back to Jacob, going back to Isaac, to Abraham, man. And then you can go all the way back to the sons of God. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, and this is just us. All right, coming into our blessing, man. When you read all right, when you read the book of Baruch, okay, it's the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse, it's Baruch 2 and 30. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. And see, it started with us remembering ourselves within captivity. Then you know that they're yet remaining for rest. Okay? And it says, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. That's a mind to understand, and ears, all right, to believe. To believe, and he gave us ears to believe what we're hearing, and then a mind to understand and be obedient. Okay? So the Lord has an obedient spirit upon his people that he's getting ready to deliver. Okay? We're getting ready to come into their blessings. Remember, the perks that come with obedience is the blessings. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, Heavenly Father's name, Yahweh, his Father's name, Yahweh Shai. And now that we know those names, we pray to those names, we're constantly thinking upon those names. Okay? And it says, in return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the ways of their father was sin before the Lord, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Going back to the blessing. And they shall be lords of it. So we're going to be put back in that land, and we're going to be lords over it, man. We're going back to that land as rulers, man. Not as tourists, okay? And it says, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. All right, going back to that multiplying. Okay, I shall increase them, and they shall not be diminished. Okay, fruitful and multiply, man. A little one shall become 1,000, a small one a strong nation. And it says, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of their land I have given them. So that hasn't been fulfilled. That's me know we're gonna be in our rest, that everlasting salvation, because we will never be driven out again. Right now we're currently driven out. So that means that these blessings aren't fulfilled yet, man. Because that's part of the promise. See, when the Lord said I would never drive them out again, that's a part of a promise. He's making a promise. Okay? So we have yet to enter into that, but we await that, man. So that's the point. Just want to bring that out, Lord will you brothers and you few sisters edified to the next time I say Shalom. Going Yashala, Abba, DTA soon, Shalom.